The good stuff.
We're trying to have some fun. We're highlighting the river and hopefully showing folks a few things that they haven't seen before.
Paddling 187 miles to raise $187,000 for the Willamette River. Hello everyone and welcome to The Good Stuff. Let's begin with that good work on the water. Paddlers, some in their 70s and 80s, determined to make a difference. Galen Etlin shares their story.
Well, good morning.
Travis Williams is on a journey.
Covered close to 30 miles yesterday.
And taking thousands of online followers with him.
187 miles of wonder.
He has been the executive director of Willamette Riverkeeper for about 20 years. He and a small group of volunteers are paddling the Willamette.
Connect people with the river so they can see it and experience it and learn about its issues, learn about its needs, but of course also appreciate what's there.
Normally in past years, this paddle event has been big. This year, it's smaller and socially distant. The group left Eugene Saturday with the goal of reaching Portland in just over a week. And some volunteers are in their 70s and 80s.
It sounds like they're pretty dedicated because 187 miles, I don't know if I'd make it.
Yeah, it's definitely a dedicated group. But I think the cool thing about what they're doing is they're showing, hey, I'm 80 years old, I'm 77 years old, I could go out here and have a blast.
Willamette Riverkeeper says this access is the best way for people to appreciate the river and help maintain its beauty and natural wildlife habitats.
We still have pollution issues in some areas.
$187,000.
To continue preservation, the group is working to raise $1,000 for every mile of the trip.
Made it through here to beautiful Harkins Lake.
Each day, live streaming to Facebook from public campsites along the river and posting to Instagram about their progress. And paddlers along the way are welcome to join in too, if you can find the right spot.
The bag was left here with uneaten food in it.
The group also posts reminders to keep the rivershed clean.
Leaving the campsites in better shape than they were, and it's really the basic leave no trace ethic.
And ultimately, calling on people of the Willamette Valley to take care of our natural wonder.
There's a lot to be explored.
Gosh, what a cool thing that they're doing, but it is also such an important reminder for the rest of us to try and do our part to keep that as beautiful as we can on the river. Now, you can follow the Paddler's Journey on Facebook. I really recommend you do. Just check out the Willamette Riverkeeper page. Well, now to Newport for the good news. The Oregon Coast Aquarium back open as of today. It was closed for almost 5 months because of the pandemic. Well, now you can enjoy 5 outdoor exhibits. They include the otters, seals, and sea lions. A few things to keep in mind, though, that there is timed entry and groups are limited to just 10 people. You can find what you need to know on the aquarium's website. So glad to see that back open. And hey, here's another story of people doing their part to make our world a little greener and brighter. Streams and other waterways are cleaner in Milwaukee today, thanks to volunteers who picked up 300 pounds worth of trash. Steve Redlin takes us to the Solve Cleanup.
The Three Creeks Natural Area is an oasis in the city. Volunteers with Solve are out trying to limit the urban impact.
We will not have nearly the number of people here that we have had in past years.
Cigarette butts. That's one thing that most people don't even think about. They're just leaving them out. It's like, oh, I don't have anything to put it in. Flick.
The pandemic brings challenges to the Solve Cleanup mission.
I've been wanting to volunteer for months, but because of COVID, there hasn't been anything.
We always have gloves, and we always make sure that our volunteers are wearing gloves. But masks are something that we do require at all of our events, and we aren't gathering groups of people more than 10. So we do keep our pens and other equipment separate once it's been touched by other people.
Solve has canceled 2 of its big events because of the limits. That means that the normal 300,000 pounds of trash collected by 30,000 volunteers in a year can't happen this year.
We had to put a stop to all of our events from March until June.
So today's start of the Summer Waterway Cleanup Series means area streams, rivers, and communities will begin to benefit from the efforts of Solve volunteers. Now, it may not seem like a lot of trash, but every little bit adds up to a whole bunch of mess.
So we'll put any plastic or glass bottles in here and
Read it.
I am Gail Shalom, and I'm here today because I help to manage this natural area called Three Creeks.
Gail represents the Clackamas Water Environment Service. They've partnered with Solve the past 3 years to make a difference here in the middle of the city.
Mount Scott Creek is actually home to threatened and endangered species of salmon, and the fact that we still have them here is amazing.
My son, my daughter, my wife, we're all here. Again, we live fairly close by, so this is the second year that we've done it.
My family forced me to.
That's totally true. But I guess that's the role of parents, right? Just doing the little things to just help make the neighborhood a little bit better than it was yesterday.
Solve has more summer cleanups planned with an eye on keeping neighborhood waterways places to enjoy.
And Steve makes such a good point there. When you see just one little piece of trash, it just seems like one little piece of trash, but it all adds up to be so much. So great to see families, individuals out there helping. And if you want to be part of that movement, if you want to volunteer, you can sign up online at solveoregon.org. Well, hey, a church in North Portland closed its doors because of the pandemic, but its community food programs are still going strong. Before we head to break, though, tonight's Facebook question. I wanted to know who you are most grateful for right now and who's really helping you get through this pandemic. To kick things off, I have to give a shout out to my best friend, my partner in life, Robbie. I really do not think I would have made it through this without him. He makes me laugh every single day, even when I'm so crabby and upset, and he knows that all I need is just to crack a smile. He's there for me. So I want to know who that person is in your life, helping keep your spirits up right now when we really need it the most. You can text your photos to 503-226-5088. Here's a few more as we head to break. They are so wonderful. Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Good Stuff. You know, teens around Oregon have the chance to share their vision for racial justice while becoming a published author. This is pretty cool. Cambia Health Solutions and Portland Monthly have put a new essay contest together. Teens must write about what can be done to create a more just and equitable future. 2 essays will be published in Portland Monthly's winter issue. The winners will also receive iPads, and $1,000 will be donated to a nonprofit of their choice. The deadline to submit essays is August 28th, and you can find more details at the website right there on your screen. And we want to say thank you to Andrew Over for letting us know about this awesome contest. Good luck to any of the writers who decide to take part. Well, we want to recognize big boost to the KGW school supply drive today. The donation means 1,000 kids out there are going to get what they need for learning. This afternoon, On Point Community Credit Union presented a check for $25,000 at the Schoolhouse Supplies Warehouse. The money comes from a match to donations that were made over the past several days.
During a pandemic, to have the opportunity to make a contribution to Schoolhouse Supplies, because we don't know what the school year is going to bring, and to be able to make that investment in those kids today and those school teachers to have the ability to deliver to those kids will help set that precedence into the future. So now is more important than ever to continue the contributions.
This is the 13th year On Point has been part of this drive. The money goes to Schoolhouse Supplies, which works to get the supplies to the kids who need them. And you can get involved too. We need your help. Instead of dropping off supplies this year, you can simply buy them online. Just visit kgw.com/school, select some items, and then they'll be sent right to students. You can also donate cash at any branch of On Point Community Credit Union. Donations at a North Portland church are helping to feed families during this pandemic. Christelle Kumwe shows us their garden and blessing box.
Take what you need, give what you can.
That's the motto at Portsmouth Trinity Lutheran Church in North Portland.
Since we are such a small congregation, an older congregation, these kind of projects were a good way for us to serve our community.
Jody Janelle is with the church. She's talking about projects like their Garden of Eden.
We plant the vegetables, and then we have a sign out there that says take what you need, Help yourself.
The church put in the garden 2 summers ago, and it has turned into a community project.
A neighbor who's not part of our church membership has come over and started planting and tending to the garden, and we all take turns watering it.
Another of the church's projects is this blessing box, where church members leave donated goods for people in need to pick up anonymously. The church installed the box last summer, but it has been used a lot more this year because of the pandemic.
And when the pandemic hit and we quit having services in the middle of March, I was a little panicked because that's the time people really needed it to be full.
With the church closed, they're now worried the blessing box would be empty.
I drove by one day and it literally was overflowing with food. So I knew our neighbors were coming out to do it.
Neighbors are stepping in to help fill the box when church members aren't able to. Durnell says it now contains a multitude of donated items.
Flour and yeast, toilet paper, there's beans, there's a 10-pound sack of potatoes one time out there.
The blessing box is answering prayers for those in need and those looking to help others.
I'm glad that we can do this. It's a really small little step for the community.
It's so cool when people just step up, rise to the challenge to help others. Now, church pastors have also been posting sermons on their YouTube page since the start of the pandemic, and we have a link to the YouTube page on our website. Well, hey, there's more good stuff ahead. A retired Portland police officer marks his 100th birthday by fundraising for a local charity. It's a story you don't want to miss. Coming up next. A retired Portland police officer turns 100 and raises $100,000 for the Sunshine Division. Meet Bud Lewis. Back in May, he started fundraising by walking laps leading up to his birthday. He's now logged over 250 laps.
Hey, look at this. Oh my God.
As you can see, he knows a lot of people. He's an institution here in Portland, so I knew he'd have success. $100,000 was a little more than I'd expected.
We're up to 300 laps. This is my pit stop.
So when I first started 9 years ago, Bud was still actively on our board, which is amazing. I think in his 90s, he finally said, I'll be an honorary board member. But 57 years in a row, he's come out and helped build the holiday boxes. So he still volunteers. He's still coming to things. He comes to all our fundraisers. He's an active donor. It's an amazing story. It's a testament to his service to the community.
The Sunshine Division, I cannot tell you enough about how vitally important they are to this community of ours. They're colorblind. It doesn't matter who they are. They're treated with civility, with kindness, love, and I am a very small part of that. My God. Can I check that?
No. Dad, no.
Bud is an icon in Portland with the Police Bureau and with the Sunshine Division. He's at every auction. He's at all the events. He's out just supporting and just a great example of the caring and the support that we have with Sunshine Division.
So we got 100 Portland cops to each commit to doing 100 miles each, and each donate $100. So we're going to raise $10,000 for Sunshine Division in your honor. And we had badges made for people that are part of the club, 100 people, and we have one made for you.
Man, I put that baby on.
He's so personable. I mean, you spend any time around him, he just, his laughter, his joy is just infectious.
I got to finish strong, guys. Okay, all right. I can't do it sitting down. No. Look out.
Finish strong.
He's always just ready to go and ready to support. So anything we can do to support him, we're happy to do it.
Oh, Bud's smile is just infectious. What an amazing, amazing guy. Now, the Sunshine Division provides emergency food and clothing to local families. And again, Bud surpassed his $100,000 fundraising goal, but you can still help. You can find details on the Sunshine Division's website. And when we come back, we're going to visit a popular toy store in Multnomah Village that has been a part of the community for decades. But before we head to break, we want to first continue to show you these amazing pictures. We decided to ask, who are you thankful for in your life right now? Who's helping you get through this pandemic? And here's a few more. course, many of us are staying close to home this summer, so Rod Hill is sharing some of his favorite places to check out in Multnomah Village.
This neighborhood dates back to around 1908, 1909. That's when the electric railway depot was put in. And since then, it's gone on more than 100 years to be one of the more charming neighborhoods in the Portland area.
There's a toy store in the corner, nice pizza place here. It really does feel like a family-friendly place to be.
Thank you, Chloe. One of the stores that people mention when you ask them about Multnomah Village is Thinker Toys. It's been here for how many years, Caitlin?
26 years now.
26 years.
Our neighborhood especially is lucky to have a place where families can come and shop and play and, you know, recognize people. And everyone kind of has a sense that they just really appreciate being able to be here and explore. So.
With Caitlin as my witness, Rod Hill, taller than the giraffe.
Yes.
Welcome to Fat City. The community is amazing here. I'd say 80% of our customers are regulars, families that I've known the kids since they were born.
Oh, that's so special.
Then they come work for us and still, you know, it's just great. It's the community. It's unbelievable. We have plates from all over the world, Dubai, South Australia, Africa, Guam. People just started bringing it and just sort of became a thing. I purchased maybe 4 license plates and people just bring them.
Here's to post-COVID someday.
That's right.
In Fat City Cafe.
That would be great.
Cheers. Please play me, okay? My booty goes right here. I can do that. Thank goodness there's room. Music in the village.
Family thing, so my mom's back there, my dad, I have 2 brothers and my husband. My mom has her own unique blend of spices for each thing that she cooks.
This is your mom's recipe?
Yeah, all of it's my mom's recipe.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh mama, as the saying goes.
Never seen the towns left behind. So many people are wearing highway signs, losing their heads trying to make up their minds which direction to take next time. Traveling straight.
Oh, I love Multnomah Village. It's one of my favorite communities here in the area. Now, Rod has stopped through cities all over the Northwest for Rod on the Road. So many places to check out, and you can watch more of his travels at kgw.com. Well, thanks everyone so much for being with us tonight. Remember to keep sharing that good stuff. We want to see it. Text your stories, photos, and videos to that number right there, 503-226-5088, or you can send an email to thegoodstuff@kgw.com. We're going to leave you with more of your shout outs to the people who are helping you get through this pandemic. Thanks for sending them in, and make it a great night, everyone.